Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Oh, scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky.
Good morning, guys. Are you guys hearing the feedback in the room, or is my sound okay? I need to everything got kind of let me make sure that everything is. Oh, I know why you guys are hearing the feedback. Okay, should be hopefully no more feedback. Sound is okay. All right, good. Okay. Yeah. It was I was just running YouTube on both sides. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. A lot of new announcements to make today. So we're making progress on wealth charts. For those of you guys who are wealth charts traders, they should be coming. And most importantly, it's going to be coming with this version that you're watching over here. Everybody who's on TradingView, please update right now. I'm actually issued a final version of this thing called the F6, range only zone F6. I just uploaded for you guys right now. Please take a look, because this creates the ability to trade all three jackhammer setups the way we have it set up. And finally, I think let me make sure I can do this. Let me see if I can get you the link. I actually posted, let me see if I can do this. Okay. JH. Ah, there it is. Okay. Yes, I'm posting this link in the I'm posting the link in the comments right now, which is the PDF download to all three jackhammer setups. So happy to share that with you. If you guys want me to go through this, if you want me to go through this with you right now, I can walk through the PDF with you guys if you like to do that, because it makes it very, very simple and clean to kind of see how you're not seeing it in TradingView player. If you go over here, it should say F6 BFF dots only. All right, and what you need to do is just simply delete and reattach, and the new version should say F6. Right, you need to delete yours off the thing. Okay, so again, to properly get the latest version, delete the old one, reattach BFF dots only. Once you reattach it, you should see F6. If you don't see F6, then log out, log back in from TradingView, and you will you'll be able to get it. Okay, is that clear to everybody? Are we seeing that now? Oops, sorry, shit. Okay. Sorry, guys, just doing a couple of things here, and of course everything is falling in my lap. Okay, you got the F6 now. Okay, very good. Marianne, anybody else having issues? Again, you need to delete, reattach, delete, reattach. Okay, can you guys do that for me? Okay, excellent. Cheryl's got it. Everybody else got it. New versions. Okay, Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. Sorry, I'm just give me a second here. I'm just trying to arrange myself on everything. Okay. Okay. So let's talk. Everybody is in the room, right? Everybody's coming into the room here. It's a little bit early. You know what, guys? Give me just 1 sec. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to get off the air for just 1 sec. Let's play some tunes. I'm going to get some water, and then we'll go through the. I'll let everybody else come into the room because we still have a lot of people not in the room yet. So I'll just let's listen to Funky Market for a second. Playing. All right, we'll watch the charts. I'll be right back in a minute. All right, I'm back. Okay, everybody is crawling into the room. Nice to see everybody. Okay, so I just posted. Yes, it's going to be a great year. If you're using Thinkorswim, we don't use Thinkorswim. We use TradingView. Okay, TradingView is the only platform we use. Also, we use Wealth Charts. Those are the two futures trading platforms that we use. You can use Thinkorswim, to trade, but the charts, the indicator, all the good stuff is always on TradingView. TradingView is the default platform of the retail world. If you don't use TradingView, you really cannot be trading futures effectively, okay? Or wealth charts for that matter. Okay, so I just want to make that very, very clear. If you're interested in scalping, making money, passing prop, doing all the cool things that all the cool kids are doing, you got to have TradingView. Okay, so that's a non-negotiable point for everybody here, or wealth charts, either one. But you need those platforms to be able to do this. Okay. Yes, Apex is 90% off. We're going to talk about Apex before the end of the show in terms of making sure that we're going to load up on accounts today. Today is the absolute last day to load up on accounts. So very, very important that we go out there and get as many Apex accounts as possible, because we're going to be trading. Even today, we're going to be trading, one and done trades. But certainly, we're going to be trading them on Friday and on tomorrow. Tomorrow is ISM services. We're going to be trading that as well. Okay, so it's going to be plenty of opportunity for us to trade. Okay. All right. So people are coming into the room here. Here's let me put the link again. This is the free. Sorry, just 1 second. Bear with me a second here, guys. I want to just. Me with a perpetual battle with my mouse. I just want to give it a little bit more room. Okay, so this is the link. I'm going to put the link in here again. You should be able to in the comment section. And actually, you know what? If you want me to, I'm going to put this, everybody on Twitter who's watching me on Twitter. I'm going to post this on Twitter as well. Here is the PDF to rules. To trading rules. Sorry, I'm just typing it out. Okay. So everybody on Twitter, if you guys don't even have to move to YouTube to get the PDF, I put the PDF on here. Let's go and show it to you. Come on, baby. Okay. All right, view. All right, good. Guys are seeing the screen. Let me also log into TradeAvate because we're going to trade a little bit of accounts here once things get going here. Everything is super slow on my computer today. I don't know why. The internet is just super slow. Okay. So the beginning of this PDF is very similar to the underlying functions of our setup. Our setup is basically a moving average setup, right? We have an 8-period SMA against a 200-period SMA. That's the structure. If the candle is above 8 SMA, it's green. If it's below, it's red. If it's positive slope, the slope is green, meaning if prices are rising. If the prices are falling, it's negative slope. These are really, really important components to how we construct our trades. So we sort of have basically moving averages to give us trend, slope to give us direction, positive, negative positioning against the 8-period SMA. And then the last thing is the dots. The dots basically show positive momentum on the white. White is early positive momentum, green is positive momentum, and then red. Purple is early negative momentum, and red is negative momentum. On the slides, I actually see. I still did not fix this thing. Red dots is negative momentum. Just ignore that. You know what it means. And then pull away candles just show super strong move to the downside, meaning it's not even touching the moving average. Those are sort of like the foundational components of what we do. And then of course we have the ranges. Last 10 candles is the range that we look at on a 1-minute chart, of course, especially. And if the range is X amount, for us it's sort of like we want to have 5 points on gold, 20 points on NASDAQ, then we consider that to be trading conditions. If the range is very, very narrow, it's not good trading conditions, right? So those are the foundational things. PA price is only extended to the 11th. That's good to know. So those are the the basic foundational ideas of what we do. But now the very, very specific 3 setups of jackhammer that we use from these Lego components. So we sort of created like this Lego set of components of price action, and out of that price action, now we have 3 different setups. So the first one is sort of the most active. This is the jackhammer. This is the scalping mechanism. And in the scalping, there's several ways we can do this, but I just sort of showed you just the trend condition. The trend condition says the following: the A1 labels are neon green. Those are the ones we want to trade. If they're neon green, that means you have a higher high and you have strong momentum continuity. And you can take literally every single one of these moves until it finally exhausts itself, until you sort of stop yourself out. The idea is that you just bang, 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 like a jackhammer. 1 point, 1 point, 1 point in gold, 5 points, 5 points, 5 points in NASDAQ. Just bang and bang and bang. And we'll do the pure jackhammer trades a little bit later, maybe after 9:30, as they proceed. So those are the basic jackhammer trades. Let me kind of stop here, see if anybody has any questions. I'm trying to understand exactly how those things work. Okay. Any questions? Feel free to type them out. If it's all clear, we'll keep on moving. Good. All right. I don't see anybody asking questions, so it's pretty clear. It's just pure scalp momentum. Higher highs in uptrend, we're just buying, buying, buying. Lower lows in downtrend, we're selling, selling, selling. We're looking for very quick, strong continuity moves. And you see, for example, the purple ones. See how the purple ones produce losing trades, but the hot pink ones produce winning trades. That's really what we're doing. Okay, so that's the jackhammer trend. The second one, and this is, by the way, the settings for jackhammer, where you go to in this particular case, I enabled. It's actually what I don't know why I enabled all. I think I just enabled all in this one just to show you how I set it. But what you really want is you want the trend, and you want. Oh no, yeah, you're right. This is enabled all because this is correct. This is the settings for pure jackhammer structures. Okay, so I want to see every single green, every single red, neon, the neon green and neon reds. I want to see every one of those because I'm looking for multiple signals in the trade. Okay, so you choose all in the section, and then for the A setup itself, you choose trend only. Okay, so this way you trade only. You obviously can trade both if you wanted to. Then you would just get a whole bunch of even more signals. But it's all trend only for jackhammer, right? So is that clear? That's the setup on jackhammer. Then the second setup, and one that I really would like everybody to consider, because in my opinion this is a very, very efficient situation. The jackhammer swing long. And the jackhammer swing long is kind of a really interesting idea. I couldn't quite put everything I wanted to on this PDF, so I'm going to show it to you in real life. But the basic idea is we're only looking for the first signal in the trend slice. So remember, trend slices is where slope goes from green to red, on the trend itself, on the 8 SMA. So as it changes from green to red, that's the first trend slice, and the first signal within that is a higher high, the neon green, that's the one we take, right? But here's where it gets really, really interesting. If you want to milk the trade, if you want to make the most possible points per single trade idea, we don't put a fixed stop and a target. What we do, what I came up with, which really works very, very well, is we look at what the range is. Let's just, for argument's sake, in NASDAQ, imagine the range is, I don't know, 30 points, right? If the range is 30 points, then our target is 1/2 the range. So we're risking 30 to make 15, right? And we capitate our risk to 40 points on NASDAQ. So the maximum we ever going to trade is 40-point risk against a 20-point target. Or in gold, we're going to capitate it at 10-point risk against a 5-point target. But what that does is obviously creates fewer trades, but these trades become 20-point trades, $5 trades, much larger trades than the $1 scalps that we do. You do fewer trades, but each individual trade yields a lot more profit. And that is, very, very attractive. So that's the jackhammer swing structure. And the setup for that, just simply in the drop-down choices, when you say label display mode, instead of choosing all, you choose first higher highs or lower lows, meaning just show me the first label. That's the one that you're going to be, using as a trigger point, right? And I'm going to try and do a couple of those trades today to see how they work. And then finally, the jackhammer one shot. And this one I've only, I'm going to let the fire guys go by. So in the jackhammer one shot, this is sort of a single trade that tries to get us funded in one trade possibility, and that is done specifically in NASDAQ. I have kind of rules in gold, but I really you can use gold as a guideline. In NASDAQ, these rules are pretty ironclad. We're looking at a 5-minute. You can see the green arrows point to a 5-minute chart, and we're looking for the first neon green or neon red, obviously with trend candle between 10 and 11 o'clock New York time, the highest continuity time frame in NASDAQ trading, when we either have an uptrend or a downtrend with some continuity behind it. So it's a 10 to 11:30 time frame. We get long that position whenever we get a signal there, and the target is 38 points, no stop. If it hits the target, you're done. Okay. So that's the one shot. And yesterday we did the one shot, but we were only able to make half the target. So we're going to try to see if we can make the other half the target between 10 and 11 o'clock today, if we can get the move. Okay. So these are all three things. You guys have the PDF. Are you able to just confirm to me you guys are able to download the PDF? And now we can kind of go back and look at look what's going on. We don't really have much much on the charts right now, except obviously we have market open here in 4 minutes, right? And I'm just waiting to we're not going to obviously move on this one, but we do have a like if you wanted to trade this sort of philosophically, you'd be trading this the range here is around 19 points, so our target would have basically a 20-point stop and a 10-point target on this particular structure. Do I have a recommendation? I set up the thresholds. I don't know what you mean by thresholds. So if we wanted to trade this, I'm just trying to see if I want to fool around with this. I really don't want to fool around with this because I have this ironclad rule that I don't want to trade NASDAQ 5 minutes before the New York Open. But if we took this, just for argument's sake, would have taken this at 27, target would have been 37, and the stop would have been 7. Okay, so that's sort of like the idea here, because what we have is the first higher high against the range settings, and we're just going to use the range as a dynamic stop envelope for us on a swing basis. Okay, so for gold, let's go into the jackhammer situation, which I want to see all right now. Let's just see all the signals, because let's see, first of all, look at the gold jackhammer structures. You really had a lot of really positive moves here. And we will also go into like the jackhammer mode in NASDAQ. We'll just choose all over here in the drop down menu, just to see what we can pick up once the market opens up. The green yellow boxes, the range boxes, as I said, it doesn't really matter on the range when you're doing the swing basis, right? On the swing basis, you're just using, I said the up to maximum. The maximum, like in other words, if the range is 50 points, I'm only going to risk 40 points for NASDAQ. If in gold, if the range is 15 points, I'm only going to risk 10 points. You don't see neon boxes on the chart. You need to look at the PDF and see my settings. Just you have to enable setup coloring. You got to make sure that you're F6. You got to make sure you're on trading view. If you have all those things set up, you should be able to see everything. That's why I created the PDF. Go download it. Look at my settings. Okay. So we are 1 minute from the open. There's all sorts of little jackhammer signals for us in Nasdaq, but we're going to let them be because we don't trade the open. We're going to give it a little bit of room. Are you guys on F6? Do you have enable color comparison done, marked? Do you guys have all of this set up? Anybody else not able to see? Anybody else not able to see the labels, or you guys are able to see the labels, the neon labels? Make sure you have, like, look at the settings that I put in the PDF and copy those settings. Ben says he can see the neons with F6. You should be able to. You're just probably not enabling the coloring. All right, we're opening up. Market is running fresh highs. I mean, this is London session highs, right? So if they run this, the highs, we got to go buy this. We're going to buy the MNQs. 30 seconds left. Big breakout here. Nothing on gold, but here we like to buy the highs. 18, 19 seconds left. This candle is really, really large. I'm going to stay very patient here. Give it a shot. All right, I'm long on that one. Let me choose the account. Ooh, looks like I'm just getting myself clipped, and I got clipped up. It's a retrace candle, and I knew it would be. Gold is also actually breaking out really, really strongly. So we're going to trade the gold as well right now. I'm going to give gold a shot in a different account. Let's go to the 30 account, and we'll trade gold with a 130. I'll move this over to the 21 seconds left on gold here. We're just going to trade a little bit of jackhammer trades here. 13, 12. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. And boom, boom. That gold trade just literally got done in a heartbeat. Like if you went to it was, why isn't this not show? Oh, because hang on a second. Let me just show it to you. That trade got done in a heartbeat, super fast on gold. Sorry, settings, execution marks, boom. So that was it. 83 to 84, boom, boom, boom. Super fast trades here. You guys can see it. Let's transfer this to the NASDAQ so we can watch NAS. So we'll watch NASDAQ over here, watch gold over here, see if we can get any more labels. Gold breaking fresh highs of the New York session. And let's do all. We're in jackhammer mode here. So we'll trade a little bit more gold. Different account. Let's move this. Let's move it over to the. Remember, I rotate accounts as part of my diversification strategy, so that no single account gets enormous amount of losses. This is by the way the single best way to trade Apex, because you never ever create massive drawdowns that way. All right, is the gold going to hold for us? 6, 7 doesn't hold. Does not. Jackhammer does not hold. No trade in gold. Okay, so we made one, didn't quite make another one. Watching the New York session here, New York session at session highs, as you can see in NASDAQ, right? We're going to look for that 10 o'clock trade at the 5-minute mark, but for now, we're just going to just play around with this. Good morning, everybody. I see more people crawling into the room. You guys just came into the room and you wanna know the rule set. Here's the rule set. It's here's the PDF. Let me just give it to you. I just sent it down here, and of course, everybody get the Apex accounts today, because this is going to be the last day for us to get Apex at 90% off. I'm going to buy some accounts with you right now in just a few minutes. We'll go to the website. Okay, another jackhammer trade in gold, fresh highs. I mean, all the stuff that we love. Gold just looks like it wants to go to. All right, we're long here, and we're done. It's just boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Right? You see how fast that is? We're just clipping it, because it's just momentum moves, right? We're just pure jackhammer moves. All right, let me rotate out to 35 account. Let me rotate out to 35 account. Okay. Let me just see something else. Okay. Yeah, it's 90%. I'm just too lazy to update it. Just hit the fucking button and you'll get 90%. Don't worry about it. More jackhammers. Boom. Oh, this needs to be adjusted just a little bit to the downside. And we're done. We're done on that. Because I had it was, my entry was like about 3 or 4 ticks above the close of the candle. So remember, we always want to trade the entry candle. So good. Another jackhammer. Going to rotate out to another account. So remember, what I'm doing is these are all funded accounts, and I'm hopping from one funded account to the next account to basically diversify my entry, diversify my profits, right? So I diversify my profits across all my accounts. This way, every account grows nice and small and gradual all the time. And and if I get stopped out, ooh, shit, I have a trade in NASDAQ. All right, let's take the NASDAQ trade. This is the NASDAQ trade, and I'm done on NASDAQ. Sorry, let me show that to you guys. So if I go to, which account was this? This was 36. Were we in 36? Yeah, I'm in 36. Let me show this to you. See that? That was super fast. I just, again, that was a, right, I was watching this over here, and I just don't, sorry, I don't. It's because I'm using, you know what I'm going to do? Let me just save this, because this way, and Q, this way when I change to templates, it's just going to be in the all mode. And then I want to change this template to GC breakout, and I'm going to also set it up to all mode. Just basically like give it the most signals per structure. Save indicator. GC breakout trading. So this way, like when I switch around, you guys can actually see all the signals. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. Oh, DRD did 21 accounts on gold. Good job on gold. Good job on gold. Yeah, gold was just like, what'd you do? Tell us, DRD, can you do me a favor? Can you type out size of your trades, like the size of your trade, the target that you were going for, and you know, and obviously whether you were trading GC or MGC, whether you're trading micros or fulls, because people, you know, people would be really, really interested in just, you know, your setup structure, just your sizing, your, you know, your targeting, stuff like that. Remember, in about 20 minutes, we're going to try and look for, we're going to go to wealth charts. We're going to try and complete our one shot trade. And if it doesn't work, maybe we'll do another one there as well. So wait, so DRD says he did 10 minis on gold at 10 target. So that's $1,000. So you already $2,000 to the good. You already $2,000 to the good. You try. Okay, so this is what he says. Oh, that's it. That's it. He just goes. So that was that's really interesting. So if you guys want to kind of take notes, and by the way, obviously this is a kind of a strategy that works so well in this particular. What we want, like for Apex funding, you want this particular construct. And the thing about this is it repeats itself over and over during this, what I would say the 8 o'clock to the 10 o'clock time frame. But really, like with gold, the best time frame is sort of like I think 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock is really the best time for these kind of sharp angle moves. What I mean by that is that the slope is almost universally up or universally down, wherever it is. And if you're doing 1040, which is what he's doing, he's just making 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. There were actually 4 signals here. He took this one, he took that one, he took that one. 3 signals, and he's done. So his whole funding party took a whopping 10 minutes, and he funded the account in 10 minutes in a very, very clean manner. Of course, when I'm doing sort of a similar thing with my funded accounts at literally 1/100th the risk, right? I'm doing it at exactly the smallest possible risk because I'm not looking to. Yeah, we got another setup on the on gold, so we're going to take the gold. Hang on a second. 29 seconds left. Let's actually switch this to gold over here, so I think you guys will. Oops. Gold, and which account do I want to be in? I want to be in the 37 account. Oh, it goes away. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We'll go to 37. We have to go to 37. Anyways, I'm just rotating through all of my funded accounts. So the only difference between kind of like what DRD is doing, what the doctor is doing, and what I'm doing in terms of right now scalping with you guys is I'm literally taking 1/100th the risk, right? I'm trading for tens. He's trading for thousands. And of course, I'm doing that because my job with a funded account is to simply grow it, not to just to push it to its limit. On the eval account, you can push it to a limit because you either get funded or you don't. Doesn't matter. But if you lose your paid account, then you have to start all over again. In addition to which, by the way, they don't allow you to do this, these kind of tricks. I mean, they're not stupid. Apex is not going to let you trade $1,000 targets per trade because the maximum you can actually, I believe, I think it's either per trade or I think it's per day. I think the maximum you can make per day is $750 on the $50,000 account. Is that correct, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. So, and they do that obviously to capitate. That's exactly it. They don't want one lucky trade to for payout. They're not looking for lottery winners. They're looking for real traders. So they want to see consistency. So I think the consistency rule in Apex is you can't make more than 750. If you make more than 750, like it's which is 30% is about 750 on a $50,000 account. If you make more than 750, it's not like you lose that money, but they just don't count anything additional. No, they should cap it because again, you see 8 figures. If they didn't cap it, this is what happens. Everybody just tries. Remember, they're in a business. They're not in the business of giving money away for free to lucky people. They're in the business of funding people who they want to trade for a very long time because ultimately they want to put them on live accounts and make money on them off live. So the guy who just hits three winners in a row through luck, or even even through what I'm doing right now with our indicator, is not the kind of guy that they want on their payroll, because he's just, he can't. It's not that replicable. So I have no problem with with their stuff. This is why I tell you I'm using the same techniques, but at 1/100th the risk, because the game plan here, you can either get lucky and just press your accounts and get paid once, or quickly, or you can get good and try to get paid for the rest of your life, which is what I try to teach here. Yeah, so 6 figures, you don't need to. So you say you got many 1 to 2 days, right? Remember, it's not 5 days consecutively. They just want you to do 5 days in all, I believe. So you could do 1 day a week, and in 5 weeks you could get funded. It's just it's pretty reasonable, rules. Oh, sorry, I'm on both things. I'm not watching NASDAQ. Damn it. I'm not watching NASDAQ. Where's NASDAQ? NASDAQ's got we have a scalp in NASDAQ off the highs, which is my perfect kind of scalp, towards the 700s. 28 seconds left. I'm going to give it a shot here. Which account am I in? 37? Am I in 37? I am in 37. Okay. Also trade in gold, but I can only do one trade at a time, so we're going to focus on NASDAQ. NASDAQ taking out the highs. 3, 4, 5, 2, 1. Boom. We're in NASDAQ, and we're out of NASDAQ. In and out on NASDAQ, which we know, really high quality trade. This is the kind of trade we absolutely love, where we're running the session highs. We have the momentum on our side. We have the neon green, which gives us, the pure scalp trade. Perfect trades. It's exactly what we need done on this structure. Okay. I'm not trading the jackhammer swing with you guys, because there's just, the thing about the New York Open is there's so many, just pure jackhammer scalps available, and I know everybody wants to do fun, quick trades, that it just makes it easy. I think what we're probably going to do is maybe we'll do the jackhammer swings in Asia. We're gonna go back to trading Asia, especially gold in Asia, Tuesdays and Wednesday nights. So we'll probably try and do those. I will save, of course, myself for this, for the one funded trade at 10 o'clock. We'll see if that comes up. We're running the 700s, which is perfect. We just ran the 700s. Nice and clean move here. Good job on everybody. Judith, are you asking me what are my settings on NASDAQ? The settings on NASDAQ is 2060, 20 ticks, target 60 ticks. So let's rotate ourselves into the next account. 38 account. 38 account. Let's give ourselves a shot here. NASDAQ is really blowing up. We'll still keep going because it's still giving us a signal. 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, we're in this one. Let's see if we can extend. I mean, this is the third or the fourth move. Generally, I try to only do the first 2 or 3, but I want to show you the signals, and if it's a miss, it's a miss. It's not gonna kill me. It might be a miss. We'll see. It's really extended through the 700s, so natural for it to retrace through after the 700s. But we'll leave it alone. Yeah, I got clipped on that one. That's fine. I pressed it really just to kind of show you the trade, but generally I only want to take the first 2 or 3 trades in the scalp momentum. By the time you get to the third or the fourth, you're exhausting. You're really playing with fire on the move, because you're hitting 3 consecutive neons is pretty much a sign that you're gonna have a retrace move. And in fact, if you wanted to trade the retrace, it would have been a very good thing to sold this just as a risk control measure. But it's fine. We'll rotate out to the next one, to the 40. Go to my 40 account. Okay, and we'll look for next opportunities here. See, we retraced and came back up to test the highs. On the gold, it's for just pure jackhammers, it's 1030, 10 ticks, 30 ticks. Just for pure scalps. That's what we're always scalping. On the swings, it's better ratios. It's 1 to 2 ratios, and it's based upon the range, which is really much nicer. All right, maybe another signal in 10-7-23. So retrace came back up, fresh highs. 32 seconds left. Nasdaq really running nicely now. What time is it? It's 5 of 10. Let's see if it stays on the structure for us here. I'm gonna go to the. Oh, I'm in the wrong. And boom, boom, boom. We're done. See, fresh highs, session highs off of after a pause. Really pretty good trade. Now, here comes sort of like a difficult choice. Do I take the second breakout trade here? We've had just a massive move. One of the things that's a little bit annoying, honestly, guys, is that I wished this move happened from like 9. This type of move usually happens after 10 o'clock. It's happened early. So am I going to be able to get the power move that I'm looking for between 10 and 11 o'clock to get funded on the wealth charts accounts? We'll see. I'm not holding my breath. All right, long here. Just one more time. Let's see if this holds me, but maybe not. Again, I'm pressing my luck because this is the 5th of the 6th green label. I probably shouldn't be doing it, but I'm trying to trade momentum with you guys. Yeah, it's going to clip me out. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. I'm pressing them too much. So we'll pause a little bit here. We'll give it a little time to breathe. It ran obviously the 750s. That was actually a big mistake. Every time it runs the round number or the half number, I should have actually not traded or let it go. This one is gold, on the other hand, is really zeroing in on the 500. So I really do want to be on gold here. All right, I'm on gold. Let's go to gold. Big battle here in front of the 4,500 level, obviously. Um, Gold gets done as they finally, run that 4,500 as I thought they would. Okay, we're gonna pause off here because this is a natural sell area. I mean, I could have fun with you guys if you want me to. No, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna I was gonna try to just go against trend here and sell, but we're not gonna get into bad habits. Boris loves to do his bad habits. We're not gonna do Boris's bad habits. Um, we're gonna just let it be. So for the most part, we ran the numbers very, very well. A couple of what I would call just execution errors where I ran into obvious resist. You don't buy the 50s, you don't buy the OOs, you buy before the OOs. Kathy always has this setup where you run. It's called running the numbers. You run it. You buying. If you get the signal before the round numbers, you always buy them. If you get the signal after the round numbers, you don't, because they're not. That's usually the reversal level on that. Yep, the gold is a win, exactly, because what was correct with the gold trade is it was a run towards the round numbers. What was incorrect with the Nasdaq trade was that it was a run through the round numbers, right? If it's a run through, you don't want to be in there because they ran the 50s and the ran. Look what happened at the 700s. This level here backed off. At the 50s, this level here backed off, right? Now, of course, when they run through this on the third or the fourth time, that becomes a fresh run uh, on the jackhammer. But that kind of a nuance you really want to be aware of. Unfortunately, man, the 10 to 11 hour is so here. I'm going to take the Nasdaq. Oh shit, where am I on Nasdaq? Sorry, that was super fast. I took. Remember, I said we want to run through this. This is the second time they challenged it. Let me show that to you over here. Um, so that was, I ran the 46 to 51. That was a pretty easy run. Now they're going to run through the 50s into the 60s through the fresh highs. We'll take that trade if the highs hold. We'll take that trade one more time. Put myself into gold on this one. May not make it. It just kind of stalled out after the 50s, which is natural because it's been a really really big move. Um, Gold is busting through the 500 level, which just for shits and giggles, I'm going to try and. I was hoping to sell the 500. It looks like it's turning around. Yeah, so on gold here, I actually faded this thing at the 500 as I was trying to tell you. It started to get red in front of the 500. I thought it was going to be an interesting scalp to the downside. Again, Boris's bad habits don't do this, but it worked nicely on this one, so fine. We'll leave it alone. Nasdaq is stalling. So this is a little bit frustrating because the really great move would have been around here. I was going to say the great move would have been like from 10 o'clock onward. We've had that big move from 9:30. Now, can we extend to 800? We could. I mean, NAS it just continues to power through. I'm going to go. This broke fresh highs. It's above 50. Whether it works or not, I'm going to take this trade because it's a legit trade. Here we go. Thank you. And that trade worked very, very nicely. So we backed off of that one, but this trade worked very, very nicely. Now we're like the third or the fourth trade in the sequence, so not enough. It's going to pause off. But you can see that I kind of recovered a lot of ground here. Now let me just show you what would happen. Let me just get rid of this. Hang on a second. This chart is going to. It's a lot of execution. Let me show you what would happen if we just did the range chart, right? So we're going to do first high and low. Where was the signal? So let's go back. I mean, I didn't do this with you guys because everybody wanted to. We all want to trade quickly. But here we go. Let me just sort of show you what the swing setup would have been. You would have gone here. Okay, here's the swing setup. So first of all, this is like a 91-point range, and I said we're only going to risk 40 on any given trade. So we're in at 88. The stop is 48. Target is going to be 08, right? So let's play this out. This is the swing trade, and like it just basically actually hits. Look at that. It hits like in three candles. We make 20 points. Very, very efficient structure. And this is something that I really want everybody to start doing much more of. Much bigger profits, much bigger trades. Like it's really, really fun to jackhammer these trades. Jackhammer has been explained 1,000 times today, and here's the PDF for it. You can just look at it again, download it. For those of you people who are late, I'm happy to explain it tomorrow, but I already bored everybody to death with the jackhammer explanations. So the point being is that the swing trade, especially when you have that nice big run, both same thing in gold as it is in NASDAQ, would have been really, really great. Just, would have been very, very productive. All right, 10:03. 10:03. All right, let's switch to wealth charts. We can trade a little bit of wealth charts. Both, wealth charts obviously doesn't have the final version of the indicator, but they will. It's going to work. And by the way, you notice gold just backed off to 4,500. All right, come on, Welcher. Man, what is going on with my computer today? Just everything is super slow on the load. Come on. All right, so log in. Actually, what I want to do is, so this is gold. We want to look at, oh no, it's the wrong one. Okay, sorry. This is MNQ. Let me go to settings. This is a really cool thing about let me get rid of this. I want to go to MNQH. Right, apply, and this is actually I don't need this. I don't want this. Okay, we're gonna apply this. So MNQH. Here's the H. Look at that big move. So if we move over to the here's the account that was half funded, right? Half funded over here. And we actually want to go to, you know what? I do need the let's go to settings, and I want to change NASDAQ NQH apply. Okay, cool. All right, so this is the big NASDAQ trade. We want to go to the 5-minute chart. And this is going to be very problematic because what I'm looking for right now, we had such a big, massive move, right? This is the kind of move that I wanted to have between 10 and 11, and we actually had it from 9, very unusual, 9:30 to 10 o'clock. They just lifted the market literally from 550 to 750, 200 points, right? So now we're in a 5-minute chart. And so what I'm looking for, and it's definitely going to be a stretch, but we're going to give it a shot just to see it. We're going to go to 4 units. We're going to go to no stop loss. We need 18 points, which is, what's 18 times 4? 72 ticks. $72 ticks on the large contract, right? If we get a green dot here after 10 o'clock, basically the idea is that, you know, we have a continuity signal. We need like 18 points to take us out. Maybe we get lucky and we get a move towards the 25,800. But obviously, this kind of a one trade, one and done. What you're betting on is this long continuity move. But long continuity move, unfortunately, today happened 9:30 to 10 o'clock versus 10 to 11 when it happened most of the days. So we, you know, we just give it a shot. Well, this is unlikely to break the highs. So, well, I'll give it a shot. We'll see. I'm not gonna assume anything. Market is up nice, 185 points, 73 basis points. So it's possible that we could have a big move here. Yeah, I'm going to do Asia 745 New York, 1945 New York. You know, and we'll try and do the swing setups then in gold, especially. You know, against the range, because those work really well. Nope, I guess it's kind of dying out. I mean, it's really extended off the 8 SMA too. Everything here is kind of converting. If this is a V-shaped move, it'd be great to short this, but we're not going to do the V-shaped move. We're not going to just simply. I'm going to try and stick to the setup as designed to be, not just cowboy the whole thing out. All right, we're going to leave this alone. We got no signal here. Come back here. Look at what's going on over here. So coming back down a little bit. Gold is challenging, but really not, not busting through that 4,500. But if it does, I mean, we really want to be on that trade when it does. Might even want to like trade that for funding purposes if it runs through, because I think if it takes out the 45, it's going to go like 505 very, very quickly. These losses don't wipe me out at all, my friend. I am up in 5 out of 7 accounts and just down only in 2 accounts. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is my system is pretty bulletproof. I rotated out of these. I don't. First of all, they're tiny losses, right? They're like $30 losses, $50 losses. They're losses that you can overcome in an hour. But more importantly, 5 out of my 7 accounts are net positive. That's the whole point. When you're scalping, I'm distributing trades across all the accounts. You see, if you saw me, going around, you'll see that, and that's the key thing to success. So first of all, I'm trading tiny. I pressed a lot of these trades. I did a lot of these trades kind of for show, which is not always bad, but it's a lot of fun. But I'm only doing them tiny, so it's not a problem. All right, everybody backing off the session highs here. So unfortunately, the run that we wanted just occurred half an hour early. So we really don't have a trade here in the funding mechanism. Tomorrow we have ISM services 10 o'clock. So most likely before that is going to be chop, and after that we'll see if we get any kind of trending moves. And maybe we'll just simply wait until tomorrow to see what we can do on the funded account. In the meantime, let me just walk you guys through the Apex, because it's really important that you don't forget to buy Apex account. I'm going to buy some Apex accounts with you right now, because we wanted to have at least a few of them in reserve. So very important. I'm going to log in here. Let me bear with me a second here. Authenticator. Three, 4, 4, 9, 4, 5. Confirm. Okay. So this is really, really cool. What you want to do is, I think I'll buy a couple of wealth charts today. I'm going to buy wealth charts, then I'll buy some trade events a little bit later. But I think we'll trade them both. So I'm going to buy wealth charts today. Come on, God, this is so slow today. Here's the important part. You want to click this one. You want to don't click this one, because you definitely want to use the coupon code. You want to click the bottom one, and you want to use BK Save to give yourself the 90% saving. And if you go like this, you go next. You see that the 195 price becomes 1950, right? And now I'm just going to take this off screen so you guys don't see me, right? And I'm just going to subscribe and pay. You don't see the credit card. And it should be done. So just bought one. They're actually going to a system they announced where you're going to be able to buy more than one account at the same time, which is really, really nice. Anyways, I'm going to buy a few more of those. You guys do the same thing, because we want to have at least 6 to 7 in reserve for all of the opportunities we have in. Oh shit! I think we might have a signal. Hang on a second, guys. Nope, not quite yet. I thought the 5 minute it was running. Okay, so it's pretty positive structure here in a sense that we sold, like, they clearly want to take it to the 800 level. So we may still have a trade here. I'm going to stay patient here. This is the 5 minute. If the next 5 minute goes green, means it's going to break the highs. We kind of want to ride that move to see if they can take us to the 800 level. But anyways, what I was going to say is we're going to have like 6 or 7 in reserve for the month of January, because there'll be a lot of events from FOMC to NFPs. We're going to be just one and done type of trades and get ourselves funded. No, not really. I'm not farming them at all, because what I'm doing is I am every one account. I'm keeping all my accounts live by doing this. Like, so in other words, let me put it this way. If you traded one account, you had 3 losing trades. That's like -9, right? -9 R in the account, right? Very, very hard to come back from. If you're distributing it across 6 or 7 accounts, the account that's losing is only -3 R, right? So it's much easier to come back from -3 R, right, than it is to come back from -9 R. Now do that every single day for like 5 days, and you see how you dig a much deeper hole on a single account approach. This is why we have 20 accounts. This is why you want to have as many accounts. This is the beautiful part about prop. You can use all sorts of different strategies in prop that you can't use in real life, that are completely within the rules, not like trying to fuck them at all, right? It's just that you're distributing risk across lots of different accounts in an intelligent fashion. I never try to teach things that are against the rules. This is all within rules. And remember, I'm trading a very, very small size, right? But it's still, the principle really, really works here. Okay, maybe we get the green dot here. 2 minutes. Let's see. Maybe we get a run here. I'd love to see the run to 2,800. We'll see if the candle holds. 3 minutes left here. You understand what I'm saying? Watching this 5-minute chart is obviously a lot, longer time frame, but hopefully it's a more durable signal. Yeah, that's correct. That's why we're gonna cancel them out. We're either gonna get funded or cancel them out before the end of the month. That's the key trick. And by the way, it's not the end of the month; it's the end of the 30 days. So you have like 30 days to trade them. Either, the idea is you get them funded or you cancel them out. It's moving away. No signal on this one, unfortunately. All right. Doesn't look like we're gonna get our one and done today, but that's also very good. It's like it's keeping us out of a false breakout, right? It honestly it may happen a lot of times. It just happens when we go off air, right? Because I got to go like now, but like we still have half an hour before 11 o'clock. It could easily bust through these levels and run the 25,800s. At which point it would certainly be a good opportunity for us. But for now, I'm just going to let it go as far as the trading goes. So anyways, don't forget Apex final sale today, and I'm going to try and trade tonight. I'll post that out a little bit later. 1945. We're going to try and trade the jackhammer swing ones on Think Markets. Okay, vis-a-vis gold. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Another fun day. Hopefully, you guys really enjoyed it. And I will see everybody tomorrow. We're going to trade the ISM, so that's going to be just by itself going to be an event I think worth taking. So we will trade after that as well. But don't forget, get as many accounts today as possible. Thank you, guys. And coaching is on Thursday. Yes, I'll be posting that on Thursday. Thanks again, everybody. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.